evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Queen's Table. We have a very special guest this evening. Welcome, Sarah Lane. How are you, my darling?
Oh, I'm so good. Thank you very much. Surviving here in this horrible lockdown situation, but doing well with it.
Oh, that's good. I think we've all got to just try and make the most of it, haven't we? But hopefully things are looking like they're heading the right way now. And hopefully this is going to be sort of a past memory, hopefully soon.
No, absolutely.
So this evening, could you tell all the viewers, because they might not know, but what is your current title at the moment?
I am classic UK National Miss Newcastle.
That's so exciting. I absolutely love it. So a little birdie told me this is your first pageant. So tell me about that.
It's bizarre because I've been doing pageants technically really for 8 years now, but normally my tasks are carrying the sash, carrying the crowns, carrying the luggage, driving. But now it's kind of, we've switched the roles here and I've got the sash. So I hope she does the driving.
Oh, that's amazing. So how does it feel? I mean, what made you sort of take that step to think, actually, do you know what? This year I am going to do a pageant.
Well, you've got a bit to do with it. So it was at Crown Camp all the way through. For years, people have said, do one. I'm just like, not a chance. But at Crown Camp, I felt really kind of inspired by the women that were there. Yourself, Maxine, that just seeing you making a change, using your voice, doing all that. And I've always kind of done it as Momma Lane, but I thought, well, let's kind of take the next step. And it kind of also coincided with UK National Miss starting as well, where I felt like it was a pageant that I could kind of feel comfortable for myself within.
Yeah, that's perfect. That isn't it? Oh, thank you. That's such a lovely comment as well. That really was a special weekend. There was just so many amazing women there, and what a great time we had. Definitely.
Oh, incredible.
It was incredible, definitely. So with UK's National Miss, I mean, it was obviously that was Holly thought that in lockdown, didn't she? And it just looks so much fun, and it's fantastic that there is a classic section. It's fantastic. It's got a range of ages, and it's just what it stands for as well is amazing. I mean, I cannot wait. I'm booked off. I've got all my work booked off. I'm there. I'm going to be holding signs, screaming, like doing the whole thing, supporting you all. I'm looking forward to it so much because I think it's going to be fantastic. It's quite a few days, isn't it? It's quite a few in the end of July. So
yeah, well, it's going to be a marathon for us because on the Friday, Harriet hands over. So we're there we'll be from the Thursday because she'll be there for the pre-arrival of the Miss International girls. So we're going to be there for literally a week.
That's amazing. I tell you what, I'm doing that as well, though. I must admit, I've got a load of people coming down. We're all going for the week. So we're going to be there for the whole thing. And I just think the whole place is going to go crazy. It's just going to erupt of happiness. And we're all going to be like, yeah, we're back in pageants. It's going to be quite a week, I think. But the pageant hangover, I think, might be something else. But it will be worth it. It will be worth it, without a doubt. So we know why you chose UK's National Miss. So how do you think you can get the most from competing? You should have a lot of experience with your beautiful daughter with this one.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's all about embracing the sash, really, from the moment that you get your hands on it. A lot of focus is on the stage side of things, but we've always looked at it as kind of the stage bit's the celebration. And what you actually get from competing is the bit that on the lead up to it, in terms of really putting yourself out of your comfort zone, growing as an individual, taking on a challenge, whether it be that it's fundraising. For some people, the challenge might even just be actually getting the confidence to attend events. So, we've all got different levels of what we want to learn and grow from. And for me, getting the most from your pageant is absolutely from that moment that you've got it, is going, right, okay, what do I want to achieve personally? And it's all right to be selfish about that and go, these are all the things I want to get from it. But by doing that, a lot of other people can benefit by you, say whether it be fundraising or, raising awareness, which sometimes can be more important than just the money.
Yeah, that's a very important point. And, we've all had to change the way that we approach appearances and things like that, and the way we raise money because of lockdown. How have you found that? Have you done any fundraising online or any appearances online?
I've done a few appearances online, but I've actually been spending my time in terms of planning what I'm wanting to do as we come out of lockdown. It's going to be a busy few weeks. We've got like, I think, 12-week sort of program planned on the run up to it. So from that point of view, that's when I'm going to be getting very busy. But right now, in terms of seeing what the other girls are doing, it is so hard. I mean, getting charity fatigue anyway is difficult because you'll know yourself, you've competed a few times. The first time everyone's there 20 quid down and you hit the fundraising target nice and easy, you're ready to jump out the aeroplane again and everyone's like, I've already done that one for you. And it is, I get it, because we've all got finite finances, and for a lot of people right now it's very difficult. So what I've always done in terms of when me and Harriet been fundraising, we always tend to try and look to actually having an experience, or that you can actually create something to buy, because it's sometimes very difficult to keep just going, I'm going to do this, I'm going to bathe myself in baked beans, or whatever it is that you're going to do for that charity, is actually create something that someone has a value to themselves.
Yeah, that's a very important point, because it's difficult for everybody, because I mean, I try and support as many things as I can, like raffles and online bits and pieces, or photo competitions and things like that, whether I'm being a judge or whether I'm contributing to it or whatever. I mean, I've done so many raffles last year, but you have to get to a point as well, you think, right, okay, I've got to watch my funds a little bit, because obviously everybody has things to pay out themselves. But I think it's a brilliant way of doing it. It's just thinking outside the box and just doing different things that people can be involved in, and it's raising the money as well. It's definitely a really good way to do it.
Absolutely.
So what charities are you supporting then this year?
Well, charity wise, absolutely the Christie. Still sticking with that. I've been kind of part of with Harriet fundraising so much for it over the years. I think she's raised like £12,000 or something in total for the Christie. So it's something that's quite we're passionate about, but a lot of my efforts and focus are actually going to be on two different areas. One being a new campaign that's about to launch next week, that is called Draw the Line. You'll hear all about it very soon. And the other side of things is that I want to I've always been the open door for a lot of the pageant girls. I'm pageant mum to so many, whether I'm old enough to be their mum or even their grandmum in some cases these days. And I'm wanting to really create a platform for people to be empowered, which I feel aligns with UK National Miss, and help really support them. My inboxes are normally quite busy with people who have got issue. Maybe they've got a challenge in their life at the moment. They're just needing to talk out to someone who has no judgment. And I'm wanting to kind of create a little bit more of a, not formalised, because it absolutely isn't going to be like a kind of a strict formula to it. It's going to be like a relaxed environment, but I really, really do want to have that the girls can come and talk to me and get either the benefit of my wisdom if I have it, but if not, just actually a really good ear when there's a problem that needs to be talked about.
That sounds absolutely amazing, and it suits you so well, because as everyone knows you as, your pageant mama Lane. So everyone just looks up to you, I think, and they do. They look up to you. I remember I was also excited when I first met you. I was like, yes, you're just so cool. And the thing is it's just going to be so amazing to see you compete this year. It's going to be so special, because obviously you've been Mama Lane, you've been with Harriet, and Harriet's achieved an amazing amount in pageants. She's just incredible. But this year it's going to be like, wow, it'd be like Harriet would be sat in the audience watching you.
I know, it's just so it's kind of surreal when we've got like the opposite way around, and it's like she's firing questions at me, and I'm like, hang on. It is really, really strange. We've only managed to actually get one walking session in, though. It's shocking. It's like the Tinker's children have no shoes situation, with it being so busy with lockdown at the moment with all the girls coaching. I'm literally ready to start booking in online so I can get a slot with her.
Oh, bless you. Mind you, it's good to have a daughter as a coach, for instance. That's fabulous,
Yeah,
because
there's
that's
worse
really
places to be
handy.
locked down.
That is so good. I mean, obviously, like you know, I'm just so glad that you were inspired by, you know, Crown Camp. I mean, that was such a special weekend. But just to think you went there and was like, actually, yeah. And then UK's National Misses come along, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to enter a pageant. That is fabulous. It's going to be amazing. So, have you got all your outfits sorted yet?
Pretty much last part of it. Tomorrow we should be sorting out. We've got just an overskirt to I'm getting measured tomorrow for. But pretty much everything else that I've got now. With the I'm still on the out, you know, kind of looking for maybe another interview. You know, when you buy one that you're happy with, but you think I might want a different one. So
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
yeah.
And I may have accidentally ordered 4 gowns yesterday.
That's amazing.
Well,
I'll fab me backups.
I have my gown for competing, but it was just like, oh, well, I'm going to need now one for Harriet's night and Pageant Girl. And I was just like, well, why not?
Yeah, you know, my finger slips. I have to justify that to my husband all the time. He comes in, he wakes up some mornings and there's just my face lit up with my phone. He's like, what are you doing? I'm not ordering clothes, honest. Literally sees my face lit up from the phone. But yeah, it's good to have a selection. It really does, because, and obviously, do you know what? You've just reminded me. I do need to think about that myself, don't I? I've just realised in July we're going to be there for a week, and we all do need outfits for every night, don't we? Yeah, there's going to be more lit up face on my phone tomorrow morning, by the way. so yeah. Oh, hello, Eva. She said you never have too many gowns. So
I couldn't agree more.
You can never have too many. Just order them all.
Every door in our house has got a gown in. If you go on our landing, there are gowns everywhere, and they're all Harriet's. It's just literally, you know, this TikTok thing she's doing with going.
Yeah.
Because I know you've done it, but I've never seen Harriet since you've been in like B&Q,
B&M.
Yes,
Marks and Spencer's.
Oh, it's great because she's offering to do the weekly shops for me, because she's making sure everything's all like it is a necessity, you know, a necessary visit. But yeah, it's hilarious. Literally, there's just gowns everywhere at the moment.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, it's a similar story in this house, I must admit. But the only thing is, once my husband shut the door, and it's like dented. We've got like coat hanger dents now in the tops of the doors because we've been putting gowns on them. They just do that, don't they? Hang around the house. But no, that's funny as anything, you know, going to the supermarket. But I found when I did it as well, it just makes people smile. You know, it just brightens up people's day, and that's what made my day about it. You know, it was so funny.
Absolutely, it's been really quite positive. All the, you know, every single one. The only time where there's been an issue, B&Q chased us with security guards. I wouldn't care. I mean, we literally needed to get some brackets for one of Harriet. She's got too many shoes, and the bracket we needed a bracket for the shelf. So we went in for that, and she was like, "Oh, I'm sticking a gown on for it." And yeah, they were like, "Going, you can't be in here in your gown." I'm like,
Did you ask it? I've been like, why? I need to dress up. You know, it's lockdown's a long time. You know,
absolutely. Until it's all putting how to dress on the door, we're going for it.
Yeah, this is it. Like, yeah, you should have said there's no dress code for B&Q. Hang on a minute. We can come in gowns. I'm sure we can.
Absolutely.
So going on to your beautiful daughter, Harriet, you must be so proud of what she's achieved. How old was she when she first started competing, and how did you find it, like going in as a pageant mum?
Well, she was 12, and I entered her without telling her.
Oh, did you?
She'd had an accident, and before then she was really confident getting into modelling, and it almost sounds funny, the accident. If it hadn't had such ramifications, she'd microwaved a Marks and Spencer's sausage and gravy meal, got it out the microwave at the stables, and it dropped, you know, when they've got like 2 compartments, and it dropped, and it jetted hot gravy out onto her legs. And it just looked like it was a bit of a burn, but it was a fat burn, and it had gone all the way through to like right down to muscle. So she ended up with skin grafts, and so she'd gone from being this confident person to not wanting to even go out the house. So I was researching everything to try and find, you know, how do I get this bubbly girl? I started more competitions because I thought, because she'd gone from having some jobs cancelled and whatever, I thought, well, let's try that. And Miss Teen Great Britain kept coming up, and I was like, well, I can't knock it till we try it. Chucked her in it, and literally as soon as she got to the semi-finals, and she absolutely embraced it because she loved the charity work. She already was doing charity work before then, and literally from that moment on, just both of us addicted.
This is it. It is a very sort of addictive thing, isn't it, pageants? I think once you get the bug, that's it. It just changes your life forever. But you must be so proud as a mum, because she's done so well.
Absolutely, because well, when you look at it from the kind of, there's a lot of pressure on the kids going through academic kind of development, and there's very little education in terms of kind of the soft skills that we need in life. And Harriet has so many incredible skills when it comes to, you know, literally as she left college at 18, and she literally managed to get a management job at a PLC. I mean, they were that impressed with it. They created another management role within the company, and that's because of pageants. How many 18-year-olds can go in and pitch to a board of a PLC
and do that? Yeah, this is it. This is it. I mean, I agree. I mean, I think it definitely as builds confidence, because you know, my daughter, she's 9, she's Little Miss Atlantic, and she is absolutely delighted to be Little Miss Atlantic, and entered that in. But she's had a hard time. She's lost 2 grandparents in a year, and she, you know, she's dealt with it okay. I found just doing that has just given her confidence, and she's got a gown, and she's like, wow, this is amazing, and she does her little charity things, and she's really enjoying it already. You know.
And so I think it's the best thing about pageants is actually teaching our young ladies, our women, that it's good to celebrate ourselves. It's okay to actually say I'm great at something, and it's also really good to say to someone else, you're great. And that's kind of what pageants is about. It's about going, we're different, and I absolutely love you for it. You know, it's that celebration of each other's difference and unique, you know, sort of unique abilities.
Definitely. And also there's a lot of support, you know, women supporting women, girls supporting girls. There's a lot of support in the pageant industry. I mean, I must admit, when I got into it 4 years ago, it was nothing like I imagined from the outside. I was just like, oh, I'm going to be brave and do this. And then I was like, actually, this is amazing. I've made so many friends, and just people, you know, they help each other, the support, the fundraising, what a lot of people have done, girls, ladies, what they've done to raise money for different charities and things like that. It's just incredible, really. It's absolutely incredible. Sorry, just let someone come up. It says, my sister got bullied with her ginger hair, and first pageant she won best hair. The sides awards helped her so much, and she didn't win but come away with so much confidence.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh, that's just so lovely, isn't it?
She's gorgeous as well. She's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, that's lovely, that is, isn't it? Because that's the sort of thing we're talking about, isn't it? You can go in having maybe lost confidence or doubt in yourself, and then it does bring back that confidence or give you confidence that maybe you'd lost or didn't have before.
Absolutely. For me, I've lost, you know, over the years, a lot of confidence, and this has actually given me an awful lot back from that point of view. You know, even at my age, I'm like, what, 48, and you know, it's given me so much from that point of view. I mean, I've already got the kind of the friendships and what have you that I've had throughout, you know, Harriet competing, but the additional sort of relationships I'm now having with the other contestants and everything like that, it's just, you know, adds to it even more. So I'm so pleased that I'm competing now.
Oh, no, you're going to absolutely smash it. I cannot wait. And there's nothing wrong competing in your 40s. We're in the 40 club. I love it. Yay! It's got to be done. So I must bring this up though, because one of my fondest memories of you when I first met you is we need to have a conversation about these omelettes at Crown Camp. You seriously make the best omelettes I've ever tasted. Sorry, husband, but yeah. So you were making them
in the kitchen and what have you. And yes, definitely. Yeah, I'm good at the omelettes and what have you. So there were a huge sort of part of breakfast. It was one of those, I think I only did it on the first day because one of the girls wasn't quite sure what she fancied. I was like, go on, I'll make you an omelette. And then everyone started streaming in going, what's that? And before you know it, I think I'd made 40 omelettes over the weekend.
Yeah, I think you did. It was quite funny. I come down for breakfast one morning and you had like a queue of ladies and girls and stuff. And you were like dishing out these omelettes. And then you looked at me and I was like, yeah, that's quite long. Like, you were like, do you want one? I was like, oh, yes, please. We were all just sat there eating omelettes. It was brilliant. They were tasty. They were so tasty. You would give me all these tips on it as well. And I was like, oh, yeah, I like that. It's about putting the cheese, wasn't it, on Slimming World? The cheese in the middle,
yeah,
that melts.
Oh,
yeah,
a slice of Dairy Lee light in the middle of your omelette, folded over, and honestly, oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, Annabelle's just popped up. She's just said they were amazing. She knows about the omelettes.
I feel like there should be a side award at UK National Miss for best omelette, so at least I know I'm coming away with something.
Yeah, you definitely need one of those.
You can make the certificate. We'll do the awards after.
I might just get a sign, actually, just a sign saying omelettes. Come on. But no, that was a brilliant moment. But how kind of you as well, because it just made us all feel so welcome. And it was just, like I say, it was a weekend I'll never forget. It was last September, wasn't it? Because it's sort of in the gap, wasn't it? Where we had lockdown. It was
back end of August.
Oh, was it August? Was it?
Yeah, we managed to sneak it in there while we were kind of out of a bit of lockdown on there.
That's it. Because I was trying to think, like, because to be honest, the last year's blended into one, isn't it? I was just like, days, times, months, I'm not quite sure where we are. I was roughly then.
Yeah, it was sometime. We went. But I was so excited because we're literally, for the last 2 weeks, been working behind the scenes. We've got so much kind of about to be launched with the new Crown Camps. We've got 5 dates, I think it is, ready to go. It's going to be an absolute treat for everybody.
Oh, we cannot wait to hear about this. I'm so looking forward to these announcements and about your other announcement with your sort of personal sort of platform. That sounds really interesting as well.
It's not even my platform. It's something that Harriet's launching that I am absolutely behind. And it's all to do with, and it's quite pertinent in terms of the current news about Sarah Everard. And it's all about basically speaking up and knowing when to report when whether it be a sexual assault, whether it be just microaggressions, all these things, because unfortunately these people who commit these tend to end up becoming the people who unfortunately have taken Sarah Everard's life, and we all need to kind of step up a little bit earlier, so we can actually make sure that there isn't another Sarah Everard. So lots more to come on that, but from a mum point of view, going back, it was 2017, I was picking up Harriet from the train station. She'd just been down to see a pageant girl, a good friend, Apollonia. First time on a train on her own, as she got off it, I had 2 cases in her hands, and unfortunately a man came behind her and aggressively groped her. And she was a 16-year-old girl, and she didn't even know it had been a crime. She just was absolutely devastated that it had happened. Police were next to me. I managed to get them to intervene immediately. We actually got him arrested there and then. But it turned out he'd been actually doing that to loads of people in the train station all day. It wasn't a one-off. And he'd initially said that Harriet was lying and all this kind of stuff, but it was caught on camera. He'd even attacked one of the lady staff who were there that day. And thankfully, because Harriet came forward about it all, he got arrested, but also another chain of events that there ended up being a load of other arrests because other people came forward about it. So it was a real good outcome. So hopefully getting the conversation going again, we can get kind of a bit more momentum again.
I think that's absolutely incredible, and that's just such an important thing. It's such an important topic that we do need to speak about, because you do need to speak out. And it's like if Harriet didn't speak out, these people might not have spoken out, and this man might have still been going. And
absolutely, when Harriet went, because she actually paired with the British Transport Police and did a campaign with them called Report It, Stop It, and from the campaign her inbox lit up with so many women inboxing, and it was heartbreaking but also really inspiring, because people were inboxing saying, I've never told anyone I've been raped. I've never told anybody, and went through all of these, the amount of stories in there. But they actually then, they were saying, because you've said this, I now feel like it's safe for me to go and report it now. So from that, again, it's just actually making sure, because it's one of those that some people will say, oh, it was only a grope, it was only a touch, I didn't, I didn't mean anything by it. It's your body. You're allowed to have your boundaries. And unfortunately, that because people are often worried about the stigma, that it's going to be that you're complaining about it, that you're being, icy about it, whatever. And it's not. There is a line that has to be drawn, and it is, what you want it to be. At the end of the day, it's what you want.
Yes, exactly. It's a very, very important point. Very, very important. And, as a mum myself, you do worry, don't you? And there has to be that line, and people do have to speak up. So that's going to be incredible. I'm really looking forward to that. Jessica's just added as well, on the Pageantland Clubhouse, it's every week on 8:50. So it'll be on after here today. They do have a self-defense speaker joining the Pageantland Clubhouse on the 15th of April. So anybody that does want to speak about a bit of self-defense and things, that's a good thing to go to as well. So,
I'm scarred from Clubhouse from tonight, what I did.
Yeah, you're joining groups and you're getting up there as a speaker.
I know. I clicked on the wrong button and ended up in Clubhouse, and someone went and said, and welcome Sarah. And literally I looked and I was horrified. It said, expand your sporting network. And I was just like, leave.
That's brilliant. I've just joined as a speaker without realising.
Because I'm well known about my sporting speaking skills.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that does tickle me, I tell you. But anyway, Sarah, it has been so lovely to have you on this evening. You literally always make me smile, and it's always such a pleasure to speak to you. And I'm so looking forward to your future plans. I just can't wait. It just all sounds so exciting. And we will all be rooting for you in July, without a doubt. So thank you so much for joining us here on Queen's Table this evening.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you. So next week on Pageantland Queen's Table, we have the lovely Ariana Neo, Mrs. Hampshire Galaxy. So I cannot wait to be talking to her. As always, a bit later on at 8:15 tonight, there is a Clubhouse, How to Be a Beauty Queen, which is on every Thursday at 8:15. And tonight we've got special guest experts talking about beautiful bios. So it's going to be a really good one tonight. So pimp your bio, basically. Beautiful bios, 8:15. And we have more up and coming ones coming up on the Clubhouse as well. We've got, as you can see there's a lot coming up. Like we said earlier, the 15th of April, we've got self-defense. We've got lots of things going on every single week, Thursday at 8:15. So it's been lovely to see you all again this evening, and I hope you all have a good week, and hopefully you'll join me again next week for Queen's Table on the Pageantland. Good night.